Everybody, my name is Wolf21 and I'm going to show you how to make a Minecraft multiplayer server. And this is my setup that I'm running, and I know this works. That's why I'm showing you. So the first bit of software is the operating system. I'm currently running Ubuntu 10.10, so if you go to ubuntu.com and download their latest version of their operating system, it's 10.10. That's what I'm running for the overall system itself. The next bit of software you need is Bukkit, bukkit.org. It's bukkit.org. And then to download the software, what you do is you go to bukkit.org, you go to Forums, you go to Discussion and Support. The frequently asked question number 1 is, where do I download Bukkit/craftbukkit? You click on that, the very first link within the first post, which is for CraftBukkit. CraftBukkit is what we're going to use because it's required for any server mods. So what you can do is you're going to click on this link. It's going to ask to download. You save the file to your system. Downloads. Once it's downloaded, I've downloaded it multiple times. What you do is you right click on the file that you downloaded, open containing folder. What you're going to do is you're going to copy this file that you downloaded. After you have your system set up, what you're going to do is you're going to click on your username and you're going to create a folder for your server. So for this instance, I already have Bukkit, but for this instance, we're going to use Bukkit 2. So what you do is you're going to paste the file, right click and paste, that craftbukkit.jar file into that specific folder. And then the next step we're going to do is we're going to create a server Start.sh file. So what you can do is you're going to right click, create document, empty file. You're going to name it server start.sh. This is going to be your script file to run your server. And now to edit that file, what you do is you're going to right click on that file, open with other application, scroll all the way down, you're going to choose text editor, open. And this is the code that you're going to enter into your server. I'll post this down below so you can just copy and paste it. You might want to tweak this if it's not running for your system, depending if you have an older system and you don't have enough RAM. If you have enough RAM in your system, you can tweak these two. I would just go to bukkit.org and see what the recommended numbers are for those. And then for the last part is the location of where the jar file is. And what you have to do is to get this specific location is that what you can do is you go to Applications, Accessories, Terminal. What you do is you're going to click and drag that CraftBukkit file over to the terminal, and that's going to give you the full out location of where that jar file is on your system. So you do is you're going to copy that and paste that to the end in your script file. So once this is in here, you can save it. File save. Quit. And now what you do is, these are the only two items you need for now. What you do is you're going to double click on the server start.sh file. Do you want to run on the terminal? Right now it's preparing the world, it's spawning the world, preparing the region. And once it's complete, it's done. So now when you do help, you can see all the options for the server running on your system. Now at this point what we're going to do is we're actually going to type stop, because we're going to stop the server. And the file will go away. Now what happened with this is that it created the whole world, plugins folder, and a bunch of other files on your system for the server itself. Created a plugins folder. This is where you're going to copy any plugins that you want to install on your system. The world that it spawned, that it created, ban IPs, ban players, the craftbukkit.jar file that you downloaded ops, server log, server properties, and then of course the batch file that you created. Server properties, we're going to look into this first. Just double click on server properties. Obviously this is the properties of your server. The level name is the world folder name. So because it created world, it's named world in here. Now if you know how to copy your single player world, you can copy it to your multiplayer world. And so if it's world 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you just put the 1 or 2 or 3, whatever it is next to it, and then that will be the world that it will spawn for your multiplayer. You just want to copy that world into your server folder. Hello world's false. You can choose to spawn monsters if you want, spawn animals if you want, the max players, the server IP. Now you want this to be the IP address of your own server that you're running. Okay, so to find your own IP address, what you can do is you can go to Applications, Accessories, Terminal, type if config. The first one is your actual connection, the internet address, 192.168.1.10. This is the one that your current computer is on your network. So you're going to enter that next to server IP, 2.168.1.10. PBP is true if you want. The default port for Minecraft is 255.65, 255.65. I'm going to close that. I'm going to save it. So now the server properties is saved. Now the plugins, the most important one that you want is whitelist. So when you go to Bukkit.org and you click on Forums, you go to Plugin Releases, go to Admin Tools. And what you do is you can scroll through, you can see all the different plugins that there are, and you can look for a whitelist. It's by Silence. This one works fantastic. What you do is you're going to click on whitelist. They'll bring it to their website. You're going to do is you're going to click on download, save. We're going to download the zip file. Downloads. There's whitelist. Open containing folder. Whitelist 1.5. Double click. You can click that. You're going to click extract. 21. Your server folder. Plugins. Extract. Successful. Quit. So then you're going to go back to your server folder. So your username, whatever you call your server, plugins, whitelist.jar. Okay. Now you're going to go back to your server folder and run the server Start.sh file. So what you do is when you run the server for the first time, it's going to create, it found the whitelist, now it's going to actually create the files that it's missing. And then the whitelist is loaded and finished. And then it says whitelist is enabled. Oh, see, somebody tried to join and they're not on the whitelist. That's why it disconnected. So we're going to click do stop. Stop the server. Okay. Plugins. Now they created a whitelist folder. If you double click on whitelist, there's going to be a whitelist.txt file. When you double click on that, this is going to be a list of names that can access the server. So when you do Wolf21, Uncle Godfather, Luckland, Minecraft Workbench, or whoever else, the specific Minecraft names that you want to actually access your server. And then we just file, save, quit. All right, I need to run the server again. Bukkit. So now running my server. It's loading all the plugins. Done. Now the second important thing is that if you want other people from the outside world, from the interwebs, to access your server, what you have to do is you have to forward the port. Oh, these for my setup. I'm going to show you my setup. You have to forward the port from your router to the IP address of your server. Since mine's 192.168.1.10, you have to forward that port of 255.65 to that IP address. So depending on however your setup is, mine's FiOS, so it's 192.168.1.1. When you hit enter, you get a login screen. Whatever your login screen is, you can log into your router. Then within your router, there's going to be port forwarding. Now the port forwarding is what you have to forward the port 255.65 to the IP address of the server that you're running. Then once that's done, what you do is you go to whatismyip.org and you'll find the internet IP address of your connection. Then that's the IP address that you're going to give out to whoever you want to join your server. And that's really it. I mean, everything worked the first time. The CraftBukkit or Bukkit software is going to be consistently updated, and especially when any other version of Minecraft's multiplayer server comes out, I'm pretty sure there's going to be bugs in the future. So this software is being consistently updated. So make sure you check out bukkit.org for any further updates or any other cooler plugins. So the plugins that I run currently right now that work fantastic is the Dynamic Map General, Group Users, but that one's changing. Informant, the LCW, which is the craft lock, the chest locking, furnace locking, My Warp, Simple Home, Whitelist, World Edit, and World Guard. I hope this was somewhat informative to you if you're trying to run the Minecraft server, especially if you have a spare computer that you can run Ubuntu on. I would recommend it because this runs absolutely amazing. So if you know anyone that wants to run this software, make sure you pass this around. Give it a thumbs up, share it to everyone, and I hope this helps you in your journey to creating a Minecraft server.